Jag kallas Ulf.
My name is Ulf. I am a tradesman. We have just brought the boat ashore by the ford end here in Valsgärde and have come to the old burial hill. Several of my ancestors are buried here, and perhaps one day I too will be laid to rest here in a boat grave when my time has come. Only the gods know. I live just a short way from here. My estate lies to the south by the river Fyris. I have lived a good life thus far, despite many dangerous and arduous journeys in the name of trade. Most of our trade routes lead out eastwards. I recently returned from a journey to Holmgård, where we had a very successful trade. Our chests were filled to the brim with silver and brought back many desirable commodities. We traveled with 10 ships. On the homeward journey our ships were battered by powerful storms. We lost one, but managed to save both crew and cargo. We have good waterways, all the way from Lake Vendel, down via the river Fyris, past Valsgärde and Uppsala, and on to Långhundraleden and the sea. We live in a highly populated region, and there are plenty of trading posts. I prefer to travel by boat, as it is very difficult and treacherous to travel by land. My most important tools are a scale and weights that I use to weigh all coins and silver objects that must be cut up into smaller pieces in order to pay for purchases. Tomorrow I shall continue my journey to Vendel to visit my friend Björn. He is a very wealthy landowner. As usual, I have a number of fine gifts to bring to him.
This is the story of Ulf and his life as it might have been. In Valsgärde, generations of Vikings and their ancestors have traditionally been buried in chamber tombs and boat graves. From Gamla Uppsala, you only have to travel 2 kilometers to reach Valsgärde, the site of large and wealthy estates that were home to generations of wealthy farmers and lines of chieftains. The burial ceremonies may have taken place in the great halls of Gamla Uppsala, after which the bodies would have been transported together with the burial gifts via the river Fyris by boat to Valsgärde, where the boat was brought to shore with the use of horses and buried. The first boat burial took place in the early 600s. The tradition then continued for centuries. A total of 15 people were buried in boats lined with magnificent gifts. Apparently only men, one from each generation, were buried in the boat graves. At the end of the Viking Age, 1050 AD, the tradition of boat graves ceased, and once more the dead were buried in chamber tombs or coffins. Ulf, who belonged to the social elite and who was an affluent trader, was also buried here in the 900s. In his grave were found beam scales, merchant weights, scissors, coins, and a box of keys and locks. Trade was an important part of Viking expeditions, and Ulf was one of the traders who traded in goods that returned home with the expedition ships. Valsgärde was in a strategic position by the wide channel of the river Fyris, which facilitated the long journeys to Europe and Asia. In Sweden, boat graves are found only in a few locations, mainly in Uppland and Västmanland. The best-known ship burial ground, other than Valsgärde, is by Vendel Church in the north of Uppland. But there are also boat graves in Gamla Uppsala, as well as in Norway and England, where a well-known ship in Sutton Hoo from the 600s has several similarities to Valsgärde, especially in terms of the condition of the boat grave, but also with regard to the burial gifts, for instance the design of the shields and helmets. Museum Gustavianum in Uppsala is home to boat grave number 7 from the excavations in Valsgärde. Displayed in an enthralling manner, we see the weapons, household goods and animals that accompany the gentleman on his final journey. The river Fyris was a unifying waterway between Gamla Uppsala, Valsgärde and up to Vendel. Together with the holloways along the ridges, it played a crucial role in the contacts between the aristocracy, nobles and traders of the Viking Age. The waterways were a force of unity, while the land was one of separation.